Chances are, if you've clicked on this video, then you're probably in the same boat I am, where I have been talking about decluttering and simplifying and getting my life in order. And I really thought that the 1st of January would be when I would get started. And today, I finally did get started. And I didn't turn the camera on until I was about at this halfway point. So I've got quite a mess here in my kitchen, and I'm really just getting started. But there's no better time than right now to turn the camera on and ask you for a little bit of accountability. So let's get going.
Hey friend, welcome to the Savvy Saver Kitchen. If you're new here and we've not met, my name is Hope and I am the cook in this messy, cluttered kitchen where my intention was to get started on a major declutter of our entire home, starting at the beginning of the year. Well, it's February now, and as you can see, that start date didn't happen. But no worries, I'm starting today. So if you are just wanting to get started on a decluttering journey, I'm happy to let this mess that you're looking at right here be just the inspiration you need. Full disclosure here, I don't have a master plan. And I don't have all the free time in the world to make this a full-on Marie Kondo kind of experience. My approach is simply to make improvements along the way. I don't want to go out and spend a lot of money on cute and aesthetically pleasing containers and labels, as nice as that would be. This is going to be just organizing on a budget with what I've got. So I got inspired today before setting up my camera. So this is kind of in the middle of the day and definitely at the it's going to get worse before it gets better phase. I have a lot of things pulled out on cabinets, and I needed to stop and get a little nourishment before I could keep going. Along with the decluttering and organization, I'm also working on making changes in diet and routine. One of those changes is to get more fresh veggies in each day in the form of a big salad. One of the great things that I love about a salad is that it takes a long time to eat. So it kind of feels like you're eating a lot. But other than croutons that I've added here, it's mostly fresh raw veggies, which kind of keeps everything light. Sometimes we can get fooled by thinking salads that we buy in restaurants are healthy, but when we pile it up with commercially made salad dressings, we start to kind of lose the benefits because of the sugar and the seed oils that are in most brands of salad dressings. So I try to stay away from the store-bought and keep my salad healthier by making a simple dressing at home. Today, I'm just using a little mayo, some white wine vinegar, and some Italian seasoning. Now, time to get those dishes out of the way and to start putting things back in place. I started the morning out cleaning out the refrigerator, which resulted in finding lots of expired items. And that included some old broth, some soup, some yogurt, whey, and all of that stuff needed to be tossed. I hate that I failed to use these things up and I wasted good food, but at the same time, I'm thankful that I have these jars now available so I can use them in the cabinets. If you're new here and you're not familiar with our story, my husband Michael and I have been working very hard and very slowly on simplifying a lot of things in our lives. Hebrews 12:1 tells us to lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. I turned 59 last month, and it has really lit a fire under me to make some changes before I enter my 60s. Life has just kind of been living us rather than the other way around for the past few years. Now it's time to take back the reins and throw off some things that have been clinging to us and be much more intentional about the way we live. We've watched too many of our own relatives reach their retirement years and then suddenly have no mobility and to struggle to take care of themselves and their homes. And we want to delay that as much as possible. So we're striving to accomplish a few things this year. Number one, we want to improve our health by getting more intentional with what we put in our bodies. Number two, we want to simplify our living space. We're trying to let go of things that don't serve us or that we just simply love. And then number three, we want to be more intentional about sharing God's goodness and the experiences that we've had and are continuing to have in the life we live. Okay, back to putting those things back in place. This pantry cabinet started out so full that you couldn't even see what was here. I've tried to put more things in glass jars and more like items together so that we can find them. This upper cabinet I kind of refer to as Michael's cabinet. He loves nuts, and we do snack on trail mixes that we put together ourselves. So here I have some assorted nuts, some dried fruit, and a few other snack crackers and things like that, and a hefty jar of peanut butter. Someday I want to make my own peanut butter so that it's healthier, but one thing at a time. So next, the middle shelf is a mixture of beans and grains and a few canned goods, both veggies and protein. I was able to get most of these items in glass jars so that it's easier to see. They don't all match, but they do work. Below that shelf, I have some assorted pastas grouped together in the back and some protein bars and applesauces up front. That still needs a little work, but that's at least a huge improvement over what it looked like earlier this morning. It may not be impressive, but altogether, it feels so much better. We're making progress. Okay, one last thing before calling it quits. I also want to tackle my junk drawer. We only have one, thankfully, and it may look small, but it's mighty, and it's mighty jammed with a lot of little everything. Now, we are working with a really small little piece of real estate here, and the only way to really sort through all of this is just going to be to remove the drawer and let's just spread everything out on the table. So I'm going to put this on a towel and just dump all the items out and put like items together. We typically like to keep a couple of tools, very simple, in the kitchen, and that will be probably a screwdriver, a level, tape measure, a couple of things like that. And wow, what an assortment of batteries. They kind of just keep coming out. No matter how much I pull out of the drawer, I keep finding more and more. I didn't realize we had so many, and that's probably the reason why we do have so many because we can't ever find them when we need some. So we just typically go and buy more. That's also the reason why we ended up with so many tools in our basement, is because we weren't organized enough as we were utilizing them. And often when we were working on house flips in the past, we would end up with multiples of pretty much everything. So we probably have enough construction tools to furnish a small crew, at least. So now that we have everything out, let's start re-entering everything into the drawer that's going to stay in this little kitchen. So that's definitely a whole lot less than was originally in the drawer. And I hope that it's inspiring, because I am feeling so much better. Just a small amount of space, organized and simplified, makes me feel so much better. This is just day one of trying to get a lot of things in our lives decluttered and organized and simplified, just to make room for the things that we say are important to us. If you would like to follow along, follow some of the writings on Substack, I would love to have you come join us there. I'll leave a link in the description to that Substack publication, but I would love to have you follow there and share your wins and losses and struggles along the way if you're working to declutter and simplify your own life as well in 2026. Well, there you have it, friends. One little piece of my life, much more organized, and I am feeling like a win today. So we'll move on to another project later, but for now, I'm going to say, bless you, and we will catch you on the next video.